Hey guys, it is time for the first ceiling fan video of the year. And in turn, this is the first ceiling fan that I've collected of the year. Um, Last year, I remember I took like about a month or so before I got my first ceiling fan, I think. This year, I'm starting off real early. I know I said I'd try selling stuff, and I am planning on selling stuff this year still. Um, I do have a couple of things that are already spoken for. It's just a matter of getting everything to everybody. Um, but I am going to still continue to be an active collector. I'm just also going to be a seller and collector as well. So this here is an Alaska ceiling fan. It is model AC-2052, and this is a spinner ceiling fan. It's a slightly older variant. It was made by the Sheng-Yuan Electric Company of Taiwan, probably in the early 80s, probably around 1983, I want to say, maybe 82. I'm not exactly sure. It's not really dated. Um, but this is model AC-2052. Now, I do have the other version, the GE vent version with a stationary housing, which was AC-4152. But this one is sort of, I'd say, probably a more low-end economical model, based on the fact that it's probably slightly cheaper in construction because there's no exterior housing, and also the blade arms are stamped, the motor itself is a stamped, I believe stamped, maybe aluminum, I'm not entirely sure. But it's brass plated. Well, it's not really brass plated. It's a brass lacquer that they have on there. So it's kind of like fake brass. I learned that the hard way trying to clean it. Um, Unfortunately, that's what a lot of ceiling fan manufacturers did in the 80s to cut costs on using actual brass. They just used sort of like a chrome type finish, like a brushed finish, not brushed, like polished finish, and they just lacquered it in brass. Or it was like a yellow lacquer, not a brass lacquer. There's no such thing as a brass lacquer, but it was a yellow lacquer to sort of make it mimic brass. So that's what they did here. And this one, it features an ornate sideband. Now, the motor itself is the same exact design that's in that AC-4152 model that I have, the GE vent model, but the motor is, the end bell is black. The top one is like a shiny metallic color, but the bottom is black, painted. This one is obviously plated with whatever, or polished and lacquered brass, or lacquered yellow with the antique brass finish. So there's also that ornate sideband on the side there, which is a nice little detail that kind of adds some extra just design flair to the fan itself, and it kind of goes with the blades, which are stenciled. You can't really see them in the light, but I'll show you later close up. Now this one came with a light kit when I got it. Actually, let me see if I can. I am being blocked in here by all this stuff. Get some of the stuff out of the way. I need to clean down here very badly. But, alright, here's the light kit it came with. Sorry about that. It's definitely, I'd say, not a genuine Alaska light kit. Actually, it is. It's got a label on it right there. Oh, made in Taiwan. It might be Alaska. I don't know. Oh no, it's not. It says Genda International. I've had light kits made by them before. It's Genda International Corporation, and it came with these shades. These generic sort of tulip shades. They're a little bit more elongated, I've noticed, than the other ones, and they don't have as much of like a curvy, like sometimes they have like a pinch section in here, or this part up here, this little like rounded part is a little bit bigger than some other ones. So yeah. Now it has the old style flat canopy, and it has a genuine Alaska pull chain extension, which was a huge plus. I really like it when they have their original pull chain extensions. And this one, like many other Alaska's early ones I've seen at least, the speed sequence goes low, medium, high, like on a Casablanca, which I've definitely mentioned before, and I always forget. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and start the fan up on high. So, oh, it's not even plugged in. That might help. All right. And I really didn't balance it when I got it or when I first hung it up. I was more interested in getting the light kit off of it first. Or I first tried to see if I could fix the light kit, but when I couldn't, I was just like, I'll just take it off. But the balance isn't that bad. It's just a little bit of wobble. And it's kicking up some air. It's probably, I'd say, like low K55 category. An airflow at least. It's not as much as a Hunter original, but it is a lot. It's like about as much as a Casablanca with a stack motor. Okay, here's medium speed. It's a very nice medium speed, not too fast, not too slow. Now it does have a slight bit of motor hum, which is I pretty much expected with a spinner like this, but it's not too loud, and the bearings, like I said, are very good. They're very quiet. I didn't oil it or anything. Okay. Low speed is a little fast, I think. It's probably not quite down to its slowest yet, but yeah, it's a little bit fast. A little faster than I'd like, but can always put it on a speed control, and it is functional. So I can still feel airflow from it. It's blowing some papers around on my shelf there. And it is quiet on low, so that's a plus. Okay, I'm gonna medium, high, turn it back up to high. Spin down. Like I said, these bearings are really good. I don't know what it is about the early bearings, the bearings that they used in their early motors, like these stamped ones, but they used really good bearings. Because my AC-2152 has good bearings also. I don't know about the AC-4052, that's the ventless one that I have, the cast motor, slightly later one. I doubt there's going to be any kickback or stiffness in the bearings. Maybe a very little bit of kickback, although that could have been an illusion. I can't really tell. I think this is probably one of the longest spin downs out of all the fans I have, honestly. I don't know. I haven't really tested. I just started doing spin down like last year, so it's not really a fair comparison. But let's flip the fan to reverse and start it on low this time. Probably as fast as it's gonna go. Not bad. What I'm really curious to see is how the wobble is gonna be. I think I'm already seeing a slight bit of wobble, so I think it might be worse. Once again, not a bad medium speed. I mean, I don't think it's that much worse. Honestly, I think it's about the same. Yeah, it's not bad at all. I can see it looks like one of the blades is out of clock, which might be causing it, so maybe I'll try to balance it before I take it down. I would love to hang this one somewhere, but as always, I have no idea where. I have too many fans, not enough places to hang them. So here is the up-close view. So as you can see, first of all, these beautiful stencil blades. They're very dark. I don't know what kind of wood this is. I think it might be walnut, possibly oak. I think it might be oak. I don't really know. I have no idea what woods people used. But there's that ornate sideband. I think those kind of look like crabs, honestly. But there's no vents on the bottom or the top end bills. And blade arms are very generic as well, as is the nose is just like the one that they used on the AC-4152 as well, with the nose cap that mounts to the bottom with the two screws like the Casablanca style. Pull chain with a very large finial and the original Alaska teardrop wooden pull chain pendant. Flat canopy with 4 screws. And then the tag if I can find it. It's on the other side. There it is. It says, first of all, the model tag is at the top, AC-2052. Sheng-Yuan Electric Company Limited. It's a little faded and it's been rubbed off a little bit, but yeah, it doesn't say Alaska on there at all. It just says Sheng-Yuan, which is a characteristic of the earlier models. They didn't put the Alaska brand name on until I think a little later, but they did sometimes put the Alaska tag on the side of the nose here. There are some versions of this that have the Alaska tag on the side here. This one doesn't, unfortunately. I wish it did. And there are also some versions of the AC-2152 right there, which also have the tag on the side of the nose, but that one also is not one of those. So I have two that are basically the same. Yeah. So I would like to find an earlier version of either this or the AC-4152 with the Alaska tag on the side there. Yeah, so that's about it for this video. The Alaska Ornate Spinner model AC-2052. So thank you guys so much for watching, and there will be more to come.